Alrighty, Hacksters, we've got a ton of cool stuff coming up for you through the rest of the month. Um, don't think just because it's December that we're going to be lagging, but one of the really cool things that I have to share with you is, and with myself as well, I'm excited to dig into this, is the new Otto kit. Actually, I think this is a box from something else, but we have a couple of kits coming out from Otto. If you're familiar, this is a robot that's been around for a few years, but there's a new version that is more classroom friendly, as I put in the description, along with a bunch of the links that we're going to look at today. So Camilo Parra Palacio has written a very in-depth blog post about the journey of Otto, and we're going to be talking on this week's Hackster Cafe as well, so I'm not going to dive into that. I just wanted to do an in-depth unboxing and give it the space it desires, so that when we do our interview, we'll be able to get right down to it. So this is such a polished kit. Uh, and there's going to be both this kit and a bunch of extensions that we're going to dig into tonight. So here is the starter kit. There's two different versions of the kit. There's also a version that comes without the 3D printed exterior parts. So if you want to get a slight discount and print your own parts, you can totally do that. But this one is designed especially to make it easy for teachers who may not have a 3D printer in their classrooms, or if you've got a ton of students, or people who want to learn at once and you just don't want to have that variable potential wrench in your plans, you can go ahead with these ones and just get straight into the whole robot experience. And we're going to open this up very soon here, but I thought that I would first show you the product page and a little bit more about what we're looking at here. Also, check it out. I found my previous version. This is one of the old ones from I think 2021 is when we were talking before. And this is a cat version of the Otto head that I designed, but I designed it for the wrong version of Otto, which is something that he actually goes into in the blog post. So it's too small for the actual robot, and I couldn't fit it back together. But this is sort of what the original looked like, minus it usually wasn't a cat. I just thought that was cute. I'm pretty sure I designed this myself. Anyway, yeah, so let's have a look at the product page. So here we go. There's a Christmas with Otto initiative running, as you can see. We'll take a look at that in a second. Otto is a small modular robot with an epic personality. And this is the first in the HP robots family, which I'm curious about. Definitely have to explore that later on, but there's a couple different ways to code it. You can 3D print it if you want to. You don't have to. Connect it. There's little cute booklets. Check that out. Coding, there's a web-based code editor, so you'll need to do that with Chrome or Edge. And you've got a little NeoPixel looking ring in the top, RGB LED ring at the top, addressable, looks super cute. And little faces. Okay, robots with faces, I'm just a total sucker for these, so I'm really you can see why I couldn't wait to get this open. Plus, it's even in kind of Hackster colors slash my hair colors, which, for the record, my hair color came first, but anyway, so here is the product page. You can find all of these. Note that this is developed in collaboration with Moravia Education, Moravia Consulting. So right now they ship to Europe only. If you live in another region, you may need to reach out to them at moraviaconsulting.com for assistance, as it says on the page. So here are the two different versions that there's the starter builder kit and the starter creator kit. The builder kit is that sort of all-in-one one if you don't want to have to futz around with 3D printing. If you do feel more excited about 3D printing your own parts and you want to get 20 euros off, you can go for the creator kit. And it's the same stuff, just without the shell. You can actually, I've pulled these up specifically. Here's the starter builder kit. This is the one that has everything. This robot kit has everything. This is the creator kit where you, as it says very clearly on here, no 3D printed parts, but yes, electronics. So just be careful if you're going for it. They say it's designed for children over 8 years. Personally, it's got block programming. I've taught kids in like kindergarten to build not these robots, but Lego Mindstorms, and I feel like you could go younger if you got kids that are into it. But yeah, 8+ is recommended, 130 euros for the base kit without 3D printed parts, 150 with the parts. There's all these really good info pages about it. You can watch the video, see what's all in that. And then there's all these expansion kits. So I have a few of these in my possession and I'm really excited about them. We're gonna dig in. But again, you have different versions where there are 3D printed sort of cap pieces that they go into versus ones that you can get that are a little cheaper, 10 euros off if you don't get the 3D printed parts and you just want to make your own. Whether you go with the default parts or you design your own in Tinkercad, I think is going to be interesting. I really like Tinkercad for making your own like little uh, mashup parts. So anyway, we've got Sense Kit, Interact Kit, and Emote Kit. So we're going to take a look at those. You can check out our interview from 3 years ago with Camilo about previous versions. I scrolled to this part of the interview because it's cute. He's got a version that's like the makey robot. Super cute. He talks about his whole journey at that point. So we're going to be revisiting his journey on Tuesday on Hackster Cafe. Just go to bit.ly/Hackster Cafe. You'll find that. There's this whole blog post about really, really in depth about sort of his experience with open source and different choices. The good news is, if you're wondering, Otto DIY, the open source version, is still going. It's going to remain active, and even as this one is introduced, you can select your path, check out both versions. There's the project version for hobbyists and makers who are more confident with being able to put together their own stuff. You've got different, it's got a cute little echolocation bat for avoiding obstacles. There's, example code. This thing has been going since 2016, so there's lots of different code available for it. However, there have been different versions, so you may have to be a little more careful about what you get and what you use, and yeah, so a little bit more capable with that. And then if you're a beginner or you're working with beginners, you've got the HP Auto Bot with rechargeable battery, avoiding obstacles, glowing eyes. I'm such a sucker for glowing eyes. Okay. And then all this stuff that we're going to explore, but easy clip-on cables, USB-C, expandable and modular, plus other modules. And then that, I believe that ring light on the top, the RGB LED ring on the top, I think that's something that's new. But again, I haven't 100% kept up with the project. So, yeah. Here is the code page. There's a simulator built into the block coder. You can oh yeah, this is really cool, actually. You can remote control it, pardon, via a tablet or phone or whatever over Bluetooth. Very cool. And then you've got a coding guide. So there is actually a walkthrough that pops up when you first go to this page. However, I accidentally clicked out of it. But this is what the beginner mode one looks like. And then there's also, if you look at this, it's this type of a walkthrough. We've got web word blocks, and we'll take a look at that later. And hopefully I won't mess it up. But before we jump in, here is that Santa competition. You get 50 euros off, and it's a really cute little Santa edition of the robot. So cute. And you can get that in various places. Let's see, what are my options here? Order by filling out the form below. Cool. And you can just hit that up. Neat. So now, oh yeah, one more thing. There's an FAQ. Again, this is not a replacement. It's an add-on. It's a new version that is complementary to the original one. We talked about the difference between those kits and compatible languages. It's an ESP32 microcontroller. You can do it in C++, MicroPython, Lua, Scratch, and more. You can use the Arduino IDE, the Thonny IDE for MicroPython, MicroPython, and other ones. So VS Code with Platform.io, etc. I won't go too deep into this, but you can find this again. Find a road to this in the links below. All right. That's enough of looking at things on the internet. Let's look at stuff in the real world. For me, anyway. So again, thanking this robot and putting it aside for now. Marie Kondo would be proud. Here is the Auto Starter Kit. Create Connect Code. Santa Auto Limited Edition. So you may or may not get this same version. And you got cute little, okay. I'm gonna try not to linger on the packaging, but I'm gonna show you some of this real quick. Uh ooh, no, come back to my face, please. There we go. Okay, because I'm impatient. I don't want us to, but I do love good packaging. And this is that really nice type of packaging where you've got kind of like really sturdy, durable, nice box situation. On the back, you've got an example of the programming. Beautiful. And yeah, I appreciate a good box. And I know that this is gonna be pretty durable for your any kind of like classroom situation. So let me take a sip of tea here. Because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna want to start messing with this immediately. So need to bust out my knife. As you can see, I have waited until we were on the stream together to open this up. There we go. Little magnetic closure. Love that. La-da. We got a list of parts on here. Colored lights, circuit board, 2 servo motors, rechargeable battery, ultrasonic sensor, distance sonar basically, USB-C cable, nice, little hardware screws and a screwdriver, cool, lots of cables, a ball, oh that's probably a caster for the, probably 2 wheels and a caster. Then we've got top and bottom. These are 3D printed parts that otherwise you would probably have to create yourself, but they're included in this version of the kit. And then, oh yeah, line following sensors. So those are usually sort of like light and dark photoresistors, if I'm not wrong. AKA light sensors, and they check whether they'll typically blast out some LED light and then check whether it's being reflected or not to sense where the line is. You've even got a little, check it out. It comes with a little line follower mat. You can set your robot up on there, and it's actually double-sided. You've got an extra little loopy guy, sort of a bone shape. Line following map 2. More maps available at hprobots.com. You can probably print them out yourself. Very cool. Put that to the side for a second. We've got a cute little manual that you can flip through. Well, different, oh, assembly, nice. I'm gonna go ahead and do this tonight because I want to be able to use it on our live stream tomorrow. Tune in, by the way, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific for our first in a series of cool live streams that I'm not sure if I can tell you about just yet, but just be sure to be there. There'll be some cool surprises. I like how their instructions sort of match your block code setup, and they tell you which wires are which. That's very cool. 3D printing guide. Walks you through the coding guides. Ooh, specifications. I wonder where I get the 3D printed bits. Because I definitely am going to want to customize this. I mean, it's already a cute little Santa version, but I can't help it. I want it to be a cat. Can we have cat Santa? Where's the 3D printing stuff again? Computer connection, first code. Okay, 3D printed guide. That is a recommendation for orientation. So in order to print without supports, you probably want to print it in that direction so that you don't have to rip a bunch of support material out and waste that material, and it's just nicer. And then you'll get a nice smooth top on it as well. And if you put, okay, there's a thing you can do with like a holographic type film that you put on top of your build plate, and then you'll get a sort of iridescent top on your bot. I gotta try that. Okay, anyway. But in this case, we've already got the parts, so customize your bot. Oh, look at this! You can get a little scope shovel. You can print a roller thingy. That is so cool. Oh man. Oh, modular bumper, collector. And there's you go hprobots.com/create to get these. Okay, cool. I am going to explore the heck out of that. Then we've got important safety and handling information. I'm getting impatient. I should slow down. I'm already doing the thing where I'm like, words are boring. Let's get to the robots. And you got some stickers. Check that out. Really nice sort of matte vinyl stickers, actually. Check that out. Little pixel art ones. Ultra so nice. Put a mustache on your robot. Is that it could be two sets of eyebrows, or it could be a fancy sort of like handlebar mustache if you want to go old school with it. Very cool. Okay, to the robots. Let's get this out of here. Here's the Santa edition. Check out the Christmas competition. I think I've got that's definitely linked from the main product page, which is in the description below. And I gotta check out this hat attachment as soon as possible because from what I understand, it's sort of a telescoping. Yes, there it is. Okay, let's just start with that because I'm really excited about it. Okay, so here is your check that out. It's a really nicely detailed top part. It is 3D printed. It's not like vacuum formed or anything. So they have 3D printed these, and if you 3D print your own parts, they will probably blend in well. This looks like, oh, it's like a textured thing. Interesting. Pretty nice resolution on that too, and a nice lightly pebbled texture on the top from the build plate. And here's our little hat. It telescopes like a lightsaber. Oh man, love that. I'm gonna be fidgeting with this forever. This is gonna live on my desk all month. I am so excited. Okay, then we've got a little beard that goes around the ultrasonic sensors. Oh man, oh that's too cool. And more bits. I guess we'll find out later where this goes. Oh yeah, it's the bottom part of the head. Doop, there we go. Next up, we've got, this looks like the catch thingy for the caster. A little vent. Anyway, I'll go through these more as we're assembling it because I want to put it together on stream and we don't need to exhaustively detail all this stuff before we start putting it together. But anyway, more 3D printed parts. We've got little traction guides for the wheels, little line follower sensors, ultrasonic distance sensor, uh, rainbow LED, addressable LED ring. This clearly screws into the hat. A little threaded bauble for there. I love it. That is so festive. Wow. And then we've got our battery. Ooh, that's hefty. How much is this? 1800 milliamp hours, 6.66 watt hours, 3.7 volts. Your standard LiPo. Cool. Just pull that out real quick. And then we've got our brain, ESP32, W room 32E, with all these different little breakouts. I'm curious about the power switch type situation here, and how easy that is to reach from outside, because it's always a thing. But Camilo's been doing this for 8 years now. I'm pretty sure that he knows what he's doing. Yeah, look at this. We've got a big hefty switch on there. That is going to be friendly for little hands and big ones alike. LiPo battery connection. Okay, let's just start putting this together. Oh, we got our tiny little servos. Those are small. Check out how small. I guess it's not that much smaller than your usual micro servos, but wow. Probably continuous, so it hooks up to the wheels. And then what's in here? Oh, another servo. And then these are the attachments? Yes, okay. I said I was gonna get to the assembly and I'm still just like oohing and awing over the components, but I promise we'll get there soon. Oh, nice! Little labeled individual packages for our hardware there. Very cool. All right, let's start following the guide. I'm going to open up my little book here. I'm pretty sure we've got everything on our list of parts. Here's the, ooh, Ooh, a beautiful little diagram of how it all gets plugged in together. That is indeed a nice chunky on-off switch. And we've got USB-C, battery level lights. Oh, cool. Nice. Boot and reset buttons. Buzzer switch. Oh man, that is huge. Okay, so again, having taught kids in a classroom or an environment to make robots before, I will tell you that having an off switch for the buzzer is a lifesaver. Like if you can tell everyone to turn that off at the start, and then, if you want to, you can enable it later on, but like it makes a huge difference in terms of your sanity as a teacher and ability to deal with everything else that's going on at once. Overstimulation is easy to to hit in that type of environment, but yeah, very smart. Okay, so we've got a buzzer on-off switch, very cool, ultrasonic sensor, etc. There's also a video for how to assemble it, but I'm going to follow this book because I'm very excited about that. So we've got this screwdriver. Come here. Cute little matching screwdriver. I'm going to try putting most of these back in their spots because otherwise I will lose them. Ooh, this is interesting. Curious about where that goes. We've got our top of the chassis, ring bits, and the little hat. I'm so excited about that. Okay, so I'm going to move all this away and we're going to start assembling. So we've got 3 types of screws. Long screws A, short screws B, and bolts C. I'm going to grab those out. And besides them being labeled when you get them, oh, this is the ball. Cool. You also have a little guide on how to identify each one, which is nice. Their size and type of threads. Then we explain the different types of wires. Very cool. Oh, there's a sticker pack for labeling the cables. That's so smart. Ah. Again, you can tell that he's got almost a decade of experience doing these, because that kind of thing is so clutch. Brilliant. They're like mostly pictorial. Love it. Clever. Again, and yeah, you do want to pull in the plastic part of the connector, not the wire itself, which is a good note, especially for kiddos. Okay, so we've got the bottom module. Step 1, bottom module. Let's hit it. I'm so excited. Can you tell? Start with the bottom part. Here we go. And I'm just gonna double check that my focus is nice for this because I don't want it being all non-sharp for y'all. I think that's pretty good. Okay, cool. So we've got our bottom module. We're gonna stick our little servos in there. All right. Servo number A. Servo number B. I know what I said. I think these are identical. They did not label them separately, so I'm gonna assume that's the case. They do have... Oh, they're both labeled on the same side. Oh, they're both labeled on both sides. There we go. Okay, so following the little arrow guys. Have I got this right? The white one? Yeah. Go in there. Where does the cable wraps around to the top, I guess? Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, that's fine. Cable management, always a little bit of a concern. Here we are. Beautiful. That was quite easy. When you need to do something, the task will be in green. Install both motors. Lovely. All right. Bottom module. Oh, we've got that piece. Okay. I know I saw that around. Yes. Another 3D printable piece. Here we go. And this is going to go as a little spacer in between the two servos, like so. It's kind of flexy. That's cool. Oh, that's a really good fit. And let's just double check that this is not getting stressed in any way. That looks fine. Okay, and it seems to line up with perhaps, oh no. Does it line up with a little hole on there? It does. So I'll just keep moving this in until it sort of appears. Aha! Yes, that looks good. That's a really good friction fit. I just said that, but it's worth saying twice. Okay, so screw A. Make sure I don't destroy this somehow. There we go. Stick that in our little... Just toss it in there, Alex. It'll be fine. I am your host, Alex Glow, and I frequently talk to myself when I'm doing something silly. Get in there. Get in there. This is a method I like to use for putting screws into things. Just sort of have it on your finger. There! No! Oh, it's magnetized. Nice. Hello, Ober! Says it is late now in the US, right? It's true, but I keep weird hours because I get excited about stuff late at night. Like, I have to put this kit together. We've got the cafe on Tuesday, so I'm really excited to put this together, and then we'll be able to refer back to it, and I can pull it out during the interview. All right, so that appears to be complete. Install bracket and screw A. And I'm gonna put this branding on here again, so we remember it. We're looking at the Otto kit. In fact, let me put a banner up. Haha. Cool. So yes, it's fairly late. It's only 9:45 p.m. I'll be up for a while. Only cool kids have cool kits. Well, I won't deny that. Sure. Let's see. So next we are going to install both the line sensors and secure them with screws B. That is empty. That was from a servo. Put it in I have a little desktop trash can that is this tea container. It's very useful for little things. Okay. So here we go. Line sensors. And which type of wires do these take? Or are they already connected? They are not already connected. Here we go. I'll keep these because you can never have too many tiny Ziploc bags. Mike says, it's early here, 6:47 in Europe. Wow. So maybe I'll catch people on either end. All right, cool. So we've got these little line sensors. These have 3 pins each, and I don't think we're connecting the wires yet. So they go like this, and they take bolt B, or screw short B. You can see that this little dual, it looks like an infrared, maybe LED and receiver, and the little potentiometer, presumably for sensitivity, go down there, and then the little wire assemblies point up. And does that nest in there, or does that just sit there? It just sits there. Oh, that's so nice. It ends up almost flush with the chassis. This is a really refined kit. All right, now let's grab a couple of those. Screw short B. Try not to dump them all everywhere. So I'm gonna sort of grab a couple with my fingers and work them down the bag. There we go. Here we are. I do give it a little counter turn a lot of the time just to make sure that it engages with the screws properly, or the the screws, the threading. These may not actually be threaded holes in here, but it kind of works that way with 3D prints. Like the material is usually soft enough that you can just screw into it, and the existing layer lines kind of work to grab the threads of whatever you're putting in there, but they deform enough that you don't have to worry too much about lining it up or threading or anything. So there we go, nice and secure. One thing I would recommend as a teacher if you're doing this is that I know, pardon me, tea time. I know that when I was a kid, and I still get this way, I get overexcited, and I would be like, I'm gonna have it in there really securely, like so securely, and I would like way over torque the screws or bolts or whatever. And that is how in first robotics I ended up over torquing some bolts to the point that I think it like deformed the aluminum extrusion of the chassis, and that wasn't good. So maybe warn your students not to go fully ham on it. You gotta put some expectations in place. Okay, we've got 3-wire cables. All right, let's grab those. Here are our little cable bundles. We've got a couple of 4-wire ones, which I'm gonna put away again, and then these 3-wire ones. We got 5 of those. And this is where I get to apply those stickers. I am so excited. I'm so excited. Dork City. Okay. So we want to put the ground wire to the right. Yeah. And which one do I put it in the close one? Oh, there's digital and analog versions. You do have little what do you call these? Little bits on the connectors that keep you from plugging it in the wrong way. Orientation greebles. That's what I'm gonna call them. And I'm gonna make them match. Oh, one's gonna go the other way. They both want to go with the ground wire to the right. So sadly, they're bending in opposite directions, but so it goes. Only for aesthetics. Okay. All right, so next we're gonna flip the bottom over, install the ball and caster, and secure the caster with screws B. Alrighty. And nothing is sticking up, so I'm not gonna worry about crushing it. Obviously, I don't want to like squash the cables too much, but I don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, so we've got this guy, and then where did the little ball go? Aha. I haven't lost anything yet. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. Oh no. Well, knock on wood for me, would you? So I don't curse myself. All right, here we go. So, and that's captured in there. Very cute. Now we need, what? Screws B. Some more of these. All right. It is so cute. How does this work exactly? Oh. It's actually a little bit different from the diagram, but instead of having little flat parts, we've got sunken in bits. So, yeah. This goes against there, and which it goes right next between the line follower sensors. Gonna do, oh, there's a little depression for the ball to fit into. Here we go. Oh, so I don't have to worry about it. Ha! It'll just, oh! There we go. As she says so. Okay, it decides to escape. I just want to make sure I got these lined up right. It'll work itself out. Nice having a long, you got long-necked screwdriver. I'm just gonna stick this through. Ooh, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but we'll get it in there. I'm just gonna insert the other one as is too, because you kind of got to push it in. Oof, there we go. Past that initial lip. Now they're right sort of flush with the surface. This one could use a little more. All right, now I'll be able to screw these right in. I'll just screw it out a little bit and see where it engages. There we go. I'll do each of these a little bit at a time. How many pages in these instructions? Let's see. We got a number of pages left to go. We have 32 steps. And then there's coding. So we're on step number 14. In case you are strapped for time, that's where we are. You can always come back and watch the recording. There's also an assembly video on the website, apparently. I'm pushing it with my thumb to make sure that this stays even. It probably doesn't matter that much because it's just a sphere, but I want it to be nice. Wait, that's interesting though. Should it go the other way? I think it wants to go the other way. Good thing I checked. It's currently partially obstructing the line following sensors, so I've got to undo this. Here we go. Okay. A little confusing there because the slots next to the line follower are a little bit, they kind of look like the screws would go there, and apparently they do. But don't do that. Instead, do this. Okay, we got one of those in there. Great. All right. Glad I second guessed myself. Here we go. And those are going in nice and smoothly. Okay, that makes sense. Once again, not going too ham on the tightening there. That's plenty. There we go. Our little caster is loose. Awesome. Congratulations, you have built the bottom module. Thank you. Now time for the top. Middle module. My bad. Not the top yet. So now we've got a contrasting color, I think. Woo! We need this guy. And the ultrasonic sensor and the little faceplate. Super cute. Which it looks like the emotions kit is going to go on top of that. And I want to make sure. Actually, you know what? Let's take a quick pause. We've already put one cool thing together. I'm going to take us through the expansion packs that Camilo sent as well. We've got a lot of things here. So here is the Otto Sense. We've got the components over here. That looks like a DHT11 or DHT22 temperature, humidity, and pressure sensor. Then we've got something over here. Is that audio? Or is that magnetism? Could be a reed switch. I don't know. Light sensor and a sound sensor. Cool. AKA a microphone. Does it say on it? What do we got? No. And then the other part. Oh yeah, here we go. Tilt sensor. Okay, yeah, that's got a little like probably a bead of mercury inside there and your tilt switch. Then the 3D printed parts in their little companion bit. Isn't this so cute? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna not do these tonight because it is evening, but later this week for sure. Here's the Interact kit expansion with the parts for 3D printing here. Plus we've got an accelerometer, a button, an encoder, and a potentiometer. Very cool. All right, and then finally we have the little emote kit, which I'm very excited about. Look, we've got audio, we've got a cute little face on it, we've got LED matrix. So it says OLED display, LED matrix, and MP3 player. Wow. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Gonna break those out later this week. It's gonna be so exciting. It's gonna be awesome. Stick around. As well as that interview with Camilo, the creator. Okay. Someone has chimed in with Otto plus something that I assume is card computer. So like the M5 stack card computer that's really cute. I should have that to show, but it's like a little tiny computer. It looks really cute. It could also be Card Captor Secura. It probably isn't. It's probably Card Computer, but that would be pretty cool. Being able to there is Bluetooth control, and you can control it over Bluetooth via a phone or a tablet. So it's conceivable that you could design something with perhaps the M5 stack card computer to make it work. I'm going to prop this up a little bit so that it doesn't shine as much for you. If I can, put some Raspberry Pi bits here. There we go. All right, so we've got the middle module parts, middle face, these guys. I'll put these aside for a second. Battery cover. Oh, I see. We've got this guy. Circuit board. Here we go. Ultrasonic sensor. More of the screws, which are still in their little bag. 4-wire cables and a battery plus foam pad. Aha! It's a foam pad. It's got this interesting texture. It's kind of like silicone-ish. Anyway, we've got those bits now. Let's go ahead and hit it. Let me put these away for a second. Oh. All right. So first up, middle module. Stick the foam pad within the dotted borders on the circuit board. Oh, check it out. Yeah, there we go. Here we are. And get it within the little dotted lines. Try and center it. Especially in a classroom, it makes sense to protect your battery from little shocks. Plus these little metal ends. I'm able to sort of push the foam pad onto the metal bits so that it doesn't, so that it actually fits down. You can see it's got a little bit of deformation there around the pins, but that works fine. Don't want our battery getting stabbed. All right, cool. What's next? Plug in the battery to the board. Alrighty. And which way up are we going? Like that. As with the other cables and many JST connectors, we've got a little orientation greeble, I decided they were called, on here to make sure you plug it in the right way. There we go. Cool. Switch on and off to see if the battery is connected properly. The board should light up. Oh, moment of truth. There we go. Ah, it made a noise. I didn't realize there was a, there you go. I didn't realize there was a buzzer. Oh, here we go. Yeah, on this board as well. Cool. So it's got that MP3 breakout, but it's also got this buzzer built in. I assume that's the buzzer there. That's what it looks like. Oh no, there it is. Little piezo buzzer guy. I think that's what it is. Got a little hole in it. Okay, cool. Now the middle module. Here we go. So the HP bottom facing the switch, like so, to hold the thing together. It doesn't say exactly how to, oh, it kind of does actually. It shows you how to orient the battery. It just goes like that. Then we're gonna, oops, here we go. Try and get this. It has the holes oriented. Interesting, okay. Those dotted lines are not where screws go. That is apparently just an illustration of how it gets put in there. Is there like space for this? An affordance for the cable? Nah. But oh well. It's a little tough to get in there. Ooh, I'm a little worried about that cable actually. I can't put it sideways. It seems to fit better that way. Maybe I can rotate the battery so that it all fits together nicely. Doesn't want to go like that. It does want to go like this, but that's not how the holes line up. I'll just curl this under it, I guess. Okay, that's good enough. Oh, it's tall enough that the wire fits between the foam pad and the battery and the cover. So actually it's not a, I was afraid that it was going to be all squashed. It doesn't matter. You can just put the wire in there where, however. Cool. I have combined them. Make sure to follow the orientation of the battery cover and board as shown on picture. That was what I was optimizing for. We've got the HP bottom of the logo lined up with the switch. There we go. Doop. All right, so now we put it in the middle module. Here is the HP logo on the back, and we orient it like so. Like so. All right, put it in there. I've got to kind of scrunch the power switch through this hole, and that went just fine. Now I'm going to use, oh, I don't use any screws yet. Line up the switch in the USB-C with the holes first, then push the rest of the circuit board in. This was nice and loose. It'll be held tight by the hardware, so that's nice. Oh, and that's where the battery lights show through. That's cool. Is that a light pipe? It's like a little, it is a light pipe. There's no clear inserts or anything, as far as I can tell. Let's have a look. No, it's just that the LEDs shine into here and it's all white filament, so it'll sort of reflect around in there and show on the outside. That's kind of cool. All right, here we go. All our little holes are lined up. Secure the board with screws A. Those are our long ones. Make sure to align the holes in the circuit board with the holes in the middle. We've got 4 of these, and I've got 5 left. Awesome. I wonder if they gave us any extras. That's often good practice if you're doing kits with lots of hardware. Here we go. All right, so again, it's kind of a reach to get them in there, so I'll stick it on the end of my screwdriver, then stick the screwdriver into the spot on the board. Try not to try not to do that. Make sure it's seated. Oh, come on. Ah, and now my now my little assembly has come apart. No, why are you doing this to me? Oh, what have I ever done to deserve this? Probably several things. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna take this apart again. I got overconfident. I was like, oh, I'll just like take it apart, put it together, show you various things. No, here we go. Okay, cool. We got that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put the screw through there now. Hey, come back. Here we go. All right. Actually, I'll do that with all of them, and then I'll just put the whole thing in there again. Although that may not work with the power switch situation. We'll find out. Maybe I'll lose them all. Maybe not. I've got this nice thick felt cover on my desk so that both insulates things and tends to keep stuff from rolling away too far. That interesting, okay. Again, I may have issues with getting this in with the power switch situation, but it might be okay. I'm gonna be careful here and use both hands to keep it all squished together in a little hardware sandwich. Whoop. Okay. Haha. So far, so good. This screw is in the way. Gotta poke that one out. This is not probably the ideal way to do this, but it's how I'm doing it. I'm poking out the one screw that sticks all the way through, just so that I can seat the whole thing. Haha, okay, I lost that one, but everything else is fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to seat this. Ha! Beautiful. Okay, and just checking that our USB-C port and power switch are still in the right places. They are not. Things are a little wonky, so I'm gonna unscrew that. Try to reseat it properly. There we go. That's nice and aligned. Always triple check that stuff. See how that's all nice and lined up there now? Before you fully commit. Here we go. All right. Now we're in business. Just doing that a little bit, checking the alignment. Doing this one a bit, doing that one a bit, not tightening them down fully until I've got them all in alignment. Okay, those are in. Now I'll do this final one. See if it'll like me this time. Haha. Okay, cool. Beautiful. We've got some cute little emojis in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with me while I assemble this. If you've got any questions, put them in the chat because I'm doing the live assembly now, but I will be interviewing Camilo later this week, and so we can ask the creator of the kit himself those questions. Either that or I may be able to answer them off the bat with what I've already read today. Okay, so now we've got the battery and the battery cover and the little foam pad and the circuit board all assembled together. A little ESP32 there. Very cute. Let's move on. Middle module, step 11. We're going to put these guys together and attach them together with screws B. 4 of them. Now orientation here is going to be important. Doesn't really show where these extra holes go. Like I know that it cares which way up it is because we've got a couple big holes on one side. Oh, we've got R1 SE. Maybe I can just look at the final robot pick and see which way up this goes. Does not show it. Huh. Interesting. Maybe it really doesn't matter. Maybe it's something special to the Santa version. Oh, it's definitely the Santa version. Okay, where's the little beard thing? I see. Okay, so check it out. There are holes on this faceplate that are not present in the instructions. And on here, our little beard, there are those same R1 labels and what appear to be matching little screw holes. So I just have to figure it out. Okay, it's gonna go that way. All right. Cool. So our sleuthing is done. I just gotta figure out which way up the cable goes. Okay, so cable goes up relative to all that. All right. So that we get the little Santa face when we're done. Okay. Time for a screws B again, the little short one. We need 4 of those. I'm just gonna dump out a bunch and see what we get. Ooh, so many. All right. You need the STL files. Okay, so what I understand is that you go to, is it hprobot.com/create? hprobots.com/create. Go to there and you can get STL files that go with this. I'm wondering whether that also includes actually the original ones. Let's see, hprobots.com/create. What do we get when we go here? Create in 3D design. Let's get rid of the banner. Okay, cool. Yeah, the starter kit files are here. Then there's the emote kit, all these different ones for the base kit. And then you could use those files to mod them or mash them up however you want. I'm curious, is this oh, and then there's these other accessories like the steamroller and stuff. That is so cool. Wow. Nice. But I'm curious about, you said STL files, so oh, we gotta sign up or log in. I'll check that out later. But thanks for the question. Just bought my nephew a scratch coding book for Christmas. This might be the next step. Didn't know HP was into this. Yes! So similar to Scratch, yeah, block coding. Not that. Here we go. There's web word blocks and also just Scratch blocks. We've got human languages here. And is this, I think that's human languages again. But okay, so this is all MicroPython. There are other Scratch like block coding sites that allow you to switch between like Python and JavaScript and whatever. I think the one for Microbit does. you can swap between block coding with just like drag and drop, and then you like modify variables or whatever with text. And then you can also program those, you can do a little switch and it swap to like Python or JavaScript and then back. And it usually works. I think I got it to break once or twice, but this one appears to be all MicroPython in the web app. But you can also program it through Arduino, I think. PyTorch. Well, there is apparently a sort of beta AI add-on. I'm not sure what exactly that is. I haven't looked at it yet, but maybe we'll ask on Tuesday when we do the interview with Camilo. Okay, time to keep assembling this. Do-do-do. I'm gonna try and talk less and assemble more because we are going a little long. I don't feel bad about that at all. I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time. But I should try and keep it somewhat reasonable. Why are you not going in there? It's almost but not quite lined up. I violated my own rule and tightened this one down before I put them all in. Here we go. Get some more wiggle room. I say my rule, but it's a general rule of assembling stuff. Even with hubcaps and whatever. You want to make sure that everything's aligned and in before you tighten everything down. This one doesn't really want to go in. Just applied a little more pressure. There we go. Getting it to seat. It's sort of a self-tapping process with 3D prints. There we go. Get in there. Oof, this one also doesn't really want to go. Is it an alignment issue? Maybe. Oh yeah, I think I was on an angle a little bit. There we go. Cool, awesome. Now let's get them all in there. I should do diagonal ones. If you've ever changed a tire, you know about going in a star pattern. I'm curious. I wonder if there are any exceptions to that rule with special types of hubs or something. Maybe some have extra lug nuts and you've got to like do a 7-pointed star or something. There we go. Our little faceplate. Okay, cool. Let's drop that in. Goes this way up. We've got our wire connector. Oh, wait, I did it wrong. Okay, so there's a little notch we want to line up there. Wow. Yeah, it goes right in. Now, did I make that up or is that actually how it goes? Slide sensor assembly into the middle, make sure the connector is facing up. Yeah, okay. Because if I tried to put it in all the way like this, then the hardware gets in the way. Here we go. And this way it makes a nice smooth line, as you can see. Lovely. Middle module, plug 4-wire cable into connector 1. Let's hit it. One of our 2 4-wire cables. Come out of there. Oh, good enough. Get this in the right orientation. We've got little side nubbins here. Oh, do we have side nubbins? No, we've got another. Orientation greeble on the back. Okay, cool. Here we go. Honestly, we could have plugged that in before we attached it and it might have been a little bit easier, but whatever. Oh, and now we're gonna plug it into the board. That kind of makes sense to make it all one step. Okay, Camilo knows what he's doing. All right, so we want to give it a little twist, turn it around, and that goes into connector 1. Yes, it's even labeled on the circuit board. 1 there. Get it in the right orientation. Doop. Okay, more tea. Now I take the top lights module. Oh no, we're just gonna do the whole top module. Cool. This is so exciting. I cannot wait to have a whole little robot again. We need the lights and a couple of screws and a 3-wire cable. Let's put this 4-wire one back. Okay. This is a really nice set of instructions. Got the top, the color lights, the screws, and the wire cable, and also also our Santa hat. Vital importance. Okay. We've got 32 steps to get through. We're almost there. Top module, fit the color lights into the top and secure with screws B. No big surprise there. I think we've got one of the long A ones left. What's our orientation here? This looks almost the same from every side. So, you want to see where there should be a little cutout, it looks like. A notch, but I don't see the notch on here. R1 SE. But I do see 2 side notches, and all of this appears to be rotationally symmetrical, 180 degrees. So, yeah, there's no notch there, which surprises me, but I can use these side notches to orient it like this and stick in our little B screws. How many of these do we have left? Oh, fair number. Got 5. It does look like maybe they gave us an extra one of each size, which would be cool. Go in there. Okay. Especially when you're working with kids. But I'm going to be honest with myself too. I've said it before and I'll say it again that working in a skirt has saved my butt multiple times because when you drop something tiny off of the desk, it's more likely to land in your lap and stay there. You can always go the kilt route as well. Or just put a blanket on if it's cold. Don't recommend doing it with a pet in your lap because then you run extra challenges of them like batting it around like a toy or eating it or something. I don't know. Go there. There we are. Okay. Now let's tighten these all down. Doesn't have to get too intense. Now, is this getting seated all the way around? Ooh, we got a little click there. I think that's fine though. The radiuses on these corners are slightly different. There's a tighter radius on the circuit board than on the 3D printed enclosure, but that's fine. Kind of curious what they printed this enclosure in, whether it's ABS or PLA. Doesn't really make a big difference. PLA is compostable in industrial or municipal composting situations. However, ABS is more temperature resistant. Then there's like HDPE and stuff. Okay, so let's see. And others. Plug 3-wire cables into the color ring. Again, I don't have to even look at the orientation because it's got a gradable on it. There we go. Beautiful. There is a detailed view though, which is nice. Final assembly. Okay, we got our wheels. We got our top module, middle module, bottom module, our wheels, and our tires. Now we need our little servo horns, aka crosses, and 2 C-bolts. We're gonna bust out the final connector here. Okay, so here are little crosses, as they call them. Tucking the rest of it back in the box. Again, I can't overstate how beautiful that this packaging is. It feels so durable and it's got little magnets and oh, just very nice. Okay, so this is so cool. Okay, I'm not gonna take these out yet because I will totally lose them. All right, so final assembly. Be careful and make sure to plug cables into the right connectors. Ooh, yeah, okay. So plug motors into connectors 10 and 11 and sensors into connectors 6 and 7. Okay, so I'm gonna place these guys in this orientation. And they get snaked up through the sides here. I'm glad you enjoy watching. That is a high compliment. I really enjoy building stuff with people along for the ride because you get to suffer through all my stupid jokes and stuff. um, yeah, what kind of like sci-fi are y'all watching these days? Because I could always use some inspiration. Especially people who are building cool robots. My pal Odd J, who makes incredible robots, has a fondness for Big Hero 6, which I feel like I'm due a rewatch for that anyway. Because I live in the Bay Area and it's based in San Francisco, right? I also clearly have to watch the Arcane series because blue hair, for one thing. I've gotten more than one comparison, but also just lots of cool tech and engineering and sci-fi stuff. All right, so let's see. Connectors, motors into 10 and 11. Oh, they even put them on corresponding sides. That's so good. I've got these. They're all 3 wire connectors, so be careful with that because the motor connector is or wire is actually further this way, but it goes into connector 10, which is the sort of bottom one here. So don't get those mixed up. Go in there. You can use your little thumbnails to push them in. Okay, and then connector 6 for the light sensor. There we go. All right. And I might tuck these down. I'll do that once it's all together. Okay. And then we've got the Otto motor in connector 11 here. And the final one in connector 7. I really like the way that they've sort of redundantly labeled these things because it's really easy to plug stuff in the wrong place. And the more reminders you have, the better, in my experience. Again, this is for ages 8 and up. So, and if you plug the motors in the other way around, then your robot will run backwards. But that's, not the worst thing that could happen. Ooh, we're gonna put it all in a stack. Okay, cool. I'm not yet clicking these together, apparently, so I'm just gonna leave it be. But I might tuck these further down because we're gonna put stuff on top. Go down there. Get it out of the way. All right. Put the light thingy on top. And it goes... Oh, interesting. It's kind of a strange diagram. But anyway, it goes in connector 5. Aha, over there. I'm just gonna plug it in first and then figure out the orientation later. Oh yeah, it wants to go like this. With it oriented like that, it looks like. Yeah. I see some little ghostly signs of an ultrasonic sensor in the front there, so I'm gonna orient it this way. Oh, also that way it collides less with the ESP32 on there. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this in a sort of awkward stack for now while we do the wheels. Here we are. Put the little tires on. Ah! Simple yet secure. An 8-year-old could totally do that. There we go. Put the little servo horns, aka crosses, in there. It's important to do sound effects. This doesn't really want to go in there though. Huh, interesting. Can I get it in like that? Yes, maybe. Ah ha ha ha. Wow, okay, so it's got almost a little like rim or lip on there, aka a limb. So you kind of like tuck it in sideways and then it holds itself in there. Check that out. That's so good. Nice. Little tiny details on these 3D prints. Align the wheels with the crosses facing Otto. Secure each wheel with bolt C. It doesn't matter what the orientation is apparently, so we're just gonna go ahead. Oh, I've got this backwards. Wait, how did I get this backwards? That is surprising to me because I thought that I was pretty clear on this. Nope. I think it could be a little clearer which side is the front of the robot when you're doing this. Okay, so I might have to swap these. It'd be nice if they like labeled them left and right. Well, apparently, even though this is a kit for kids, I still need sometimes a little bit more direction. So we're gonna swap this around. I'm gonna follow the directions and use the little disconnect it via the connector itself and not grabbing on the wire. Use your little fingernails if you have them. Otherwise, you can use some pliers sometimes. There we go. Ah, come off of there. Okay, there we go. I really thought that was how it went. Oh no. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, so when you look at this diagram, this is my one critique yet, which we're almost all the way through the thing, so that's pretty impressive. When you look at this, the diagram is rotated. So the ESP32 is toward the front of the face over here, but the front of the robot is very, very translucent, and it kind of matches what's over here. But when you look at it, this circuit board is rotated. It's the opposite orientation. So if you're just looking at this as a zoomed in inset, you gotta like be a little bit more careful than I was and actually look at where the power switch is and stuff because I messed that up. And I think it's kind of easy if you don't expect it to be rotated. So I'm just gonna disconnect these guys and take them out of there real quick and swap them around. All right. So we want the motors to be in the back and the face to be in the front, which honestly I could have anticipated. I figure that doing this while streaming is about the same amount of attention division that you would have in a classroom, much less honestly. So it's often best to do it on your own first before you do it in a classroom, just because you're gonna have a bunch of kids like after your attention. Okay, now we're getting there. Come here. Ah, get in there. Do it. There we go. Here we go. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna refollow that diagram and say we put so actually, with this flipped around, the cables actually are already aligned in their proper order. So motor into connector 10, like so. My robot was gonna go backwards. And then connector 6, is that right? Yeah, for the sensor, line following sensor. And then connector 7 for the other line following sensor. Yes. Go into there, please. Oh, I've got it upside down. It does help to ask nicely, though. Your robot is a lot more likely to function for you. This is verifiable fact for sure that they work better if you talk to them nicely. And there we go. Okay. Push that in a little further. That's fine. Okay, now we're all aligned. We got the face in the front, the wheels in the back, the caster in the front, and then forward again to here. This guy goes like so. pull this through. Get out of there. Tuck it in. Tuck these all in between the motors and stuff. Little channels. Okay, cool. Get this guy on top. Like so. Nice. On connector 5. Now we've got the little wheels. Okay. These guys get connected. Because they are continuously rotating, we don't have to worry about the orientation. We just smack them on. I do recommend giving it a little bit of a twist when you're putting it on, just so you're sure that the metal teeth on there line up. Oops, line up with the plastic indentations on the servo horn. You may not be able to put it on unless you line them up. I don't know, but it's still nice just to make sure you're not pressuring stuff together in the wrong way. Oh, he keeps losing his face, sliding down. Okay, now we need the C bolts, and then we're gonna snap it all together. Maybe I should have done that beforehand. Doesn't say really. Oh, we've got extra ones. These are C, right? Yeah. Oh, got 2 little extra C bolts. Okay, I'm gonna snap it all together now before I bolt the wheels on, just in case I want to take them off again. Ooh, I'm sure it's fine, but I always get a little nervous. Okay, come on. I must steel my resolve. I am gonna take this off. Make it a little easier to snap together. There we go. So before you put the wheels on, maybe. There we go. And actually, come off at the servo horn. Cool. And once again, I want to make sure that it's got an HP logo on the front, on the top rather, but you make sure that my orientation, because I don't have that logo to orient by, and we're going to tuck these further down in there. Hope I didn't strain them too much. Nice. Just do a little sort of cross tuck there. They've kind of got a little notch for the wires to go in, unless I'm making that up. There we go. And cram this on there. Loop it around a little bit more to get it to fold into there. One more rotation. Okay, moment of truth. Oh, that is so satisfying. Okay, final bit. Put the screws in the wheels, or bolts, rather. Here we go. Do a little turn to the left to get it seated. There we go. I heard just a little slight click. You feel it and you hear it when you get it seated properly. There we go. Not too tight. This is so cute already. And we've got a couple little spots here to attach custom 3D printed pieces. Like that collector, or the little snowplow thing, or the steamroller. Very cool. This is going in really easily. That's nice. All right. That's me. You did it. You're now the proud creator of me, Otto. You can switch me on to see a demo of all the components working. Well, it made that little sound again. Oh, check it out. Cute. It's really motoring. Okay. Hear that? Looks like speeding up. Whoa! Whoop! Ah. Oh, is it trying to like line follow? Hmm. Are you trying to obstacle avoid with my hand? So we've got that 4 LED battery level. Okay, you can settle down now. and then we're gonna charge it through there. I think that's also where you program it. I'm gonna come back to this another day and do programming and do the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the attachments and stuff all in one go because it's getting late. It's getting a long stream. But I am gonna do one final thing, which is I'm gonna detach this top again. And I'm going to come off. I'm going to put on the little Santa beard because I can't not. So I think we attach this hat to the top here with some little screws, and we attach the beard to here, which we can just slide out. So we're gonna do that real quick because I want it to be ready for our stream tomorrow. Now we've got some extra little hardware in here. We've got one extra long A screw. We've got one extra B. We've got two extra C. I'm not sure what other hardware we might want for this. Maybe I can just use the ones that came with the servos. We also ended up with an extra 4-wire cable and two extra 3-wire cables, so that's really nice. We do, I believe, have redundant parts. And then there's this USB-C. What should I use for these? I'm sure I've got some bolts around. So, okay, I'm gonna do this next time. We got it working. We ran the demo. It was adorable. It still is. I'm really excited about this. But I'm gonna try and get the hat on here with some. I'm gonna have to scrounge up some matching hardware just to get the beard and face attached and the little Santa hat. Isn't that adorable? Ah! Okay. Enough screeching. Put his little head back on for now. Otto. And we're gonna go back through all those links. Isn't that just the cutest? All right. Thank you all for joining me on this adventure tonight. I'm just a huge fan of these auto robots. And here we go. Alex for scale. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing with this a lot over the holidays. This whole month, I'm gonna be doing live streams with our founder Ben, or not founder, but our director Ben, and we're doing some really cool stuff all month. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell because you don't want to miss what we're bringing you. Look how well that matches! Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Let's take another quick look through our web pages here, and I will return to put together the Santa bits and do some programming and stuff. It'll be great, and do those expansions. So we've got the main product page. hprobots.com is your spot. hprobots.com/create, and it auto fills to auto robot/create. Here's the shop. You can find the Santa edition. You can get the starter builder kit with all the 3D parts included, or the creator kit if you have your own printer, or you want to design your own bits. We've got the Sense Builder Kit and Creator Kit, the Interact expansion, and the Emote expansion. Those each have lots of really cool stuff in there. There's the Journey of Otto to HP. Lots of interesting stuff about open source as a founder. Otto DIY, the original kit, is not going anywhere. You can still build it all yourself. Beware of kits that are not actually Otto kits, though, and whether you can get support for those. There's more about the coding. We've got our 2 web app environments with various languages, and you can do block code like this. There's also a simulator, interactive simulator. So here is your word blocks coding. Down here on the hprobots.com page, you can find, I think, the simulator. Oh no, well, it's elsewhere. It's around, you'll find it. Here's the Santa kit where there's a Christmas competition you can enter. You get it for 50 euros off and all that good stuff. And then there's that FAQ that I told you about. So Tons of cool stuff with this kit. I'm really excited. Thank you so much to Camilo for sending this over. It's been a few years since we chatted, and I'm really excited to catch up on our cafe interview stream this week. Um, I'm just super stoked to play with this Otto bot more and 3D print and design my own bits for it. Uh, I am probably gonna make it a cat again because they are super cute. Like, imagine with the little ears on there. But I suppose for December I'd better leave it with the little Santa hat and beard, which I'm gonna attach before our next stream. All right, happy December. Thanks for joining me on this saga of an adventure. And as always, hack on.